choose a room.
Please. Oh my god, thank you, please come quickly.
In the beginning of the movie, our focus is on a man named Eric. We see him on a ship, which he quickly leaves to step onto a spooky, deserted island. From there, he snags a car and speeds away on completely empty roads. During this unsettling drive, almost all his laser focus is glued to a mysterious red bag sitting on the passenger seat right next to him. Moving swiftly forward, he pulls over at a deserted spot and stops right beside his friend's parked car. He then grabs the license plates hidden inside his red bag and expertly swaps the number plates on both vehicles. This single, calculated move tells us one thing. He had planned this entire operation with chilling precision well in advance. Next, Eric hikes a long distance until he finally reaches a house built right on the turbulent shore of the sea. This is the rendezvous point where his 3 other partners will meet him after their grand theft. He immediately grabs a gun, raises it, and begins systematically searching every single room of the house. Suddenly, a shock. He hears someone distinctly call out his name. Eric rushes outside and starts frantically yelling for his friend, Denise, who was supposed to be the very first person to arrive there according to their detailed plan. He finds no sign of Denise, but he spots their priceless stolen painting lying abandoned right there on the shore of the sea. Then, a horrifying discovery. He spots thick blood near the water's edge. Eric's mind instantly races. Is this Denise's blood? He immediately bolts back to the house, grabs a bucket, and desperately begins scrubbing the bloodstains clean. Suddenly, another chilling clue. He finds Denise's bracelet right beside the water. Now, he is absolutely certain. Someone has tragically murdered Denise. Eric is terrified that his remaining partners will immediately suspect him of the crime. So, he drops Denise's bracelet into the same bloody bucket and violently throws it into the water. Just then, his third accomplice, Matt, arrives looking for his missing mother, Denise. Eric coolly lies to him, claiming Denise might have just left, and that he merely found this valuable painting abandoned here. Matt asks a crucial question. Where is Denise's car, since it's also missing? Eric quickly replies that he parked his car exactly next to Denise's. Both men are visibly worried about this bizarre disappearance, but Eric is fully aware of the dark truth. Denise is almost certainly dead. Despite knowing this, he hides the truth and shares a kiss with Matt. This intimate moment clearly reveals that their relationship is far deeper than just simple friendship. It is a passionate, hidden romance. After a short while, they head back to the house, where their fourth friend, Paul, has now arrived. The massive price tag on their stolen painting is $40 million. So, all 3 men are completely stunned, wondering how Denise could possibly leave without changing the plan or letting anyone know. They speculate Denise might return the next morning and ultimately decide to spend the night right there. Eric gathers all 3 of their cell phones and stuffs them into that same infamous red bag. He then hurls the bag into the sea by the shore, hoping to totally eliminate all potential evidence. However, he keeps his own gun securely on his person. Then, a sudden, terrifying, mysterious noise is heard echoing from the sea. All 3 men are instantly drawn into a strange, inexplicable flash trance and walk like zombies straight toward the shore. A little while later, when they snap back to consciousness, they have absolutely no memory of how they even got there. The trio return inside and try to rationalize the incident over dinner, suggesting it must have been only due to total fatigue and lack of sleep. But Matt cannot shake his worry about his missing mother. Paul attempts to reassure him, saying, "Your mother will definitely return. Just be patient." Later that night, Paul and Eric are sitting together on the porch. Paul suddenly confronts Eric. "Did you murder Denise to get him out of the way?" Paul is aware of the secret, intimate relationship between Eric and Matt, which has been successfully hidden from Matt until now. He suspects Eric might have killed Denise just to protect and hide his deep secret. But Eric flatly denies any involvement, clearly stating he has not done anything like that. But wait! Meanwhile, inside the house, Matt finds Eric's blood-stained bucket. The bucket has bizarrely, mysteriously returned to the house. And even more shockingly, Matt finds his mother's bracelet inside that bucket. He erupts with anger and now he too begins to strongly suspect Eric. That maybe Eric arrived first and killed Denise. The simmering tension between the three men quickly escalates, taking a dark and dangerous turn. Just then, a frantic girl arrives at the door begging for help. She is clearly terrified and distraught. Eric and Paul instantly run out to assist. As he leaves, Matt notices that the bucket has now vanished from its spot. They all race toward the shore, where the girl's friend, Pixie, is on the verge of death after nearly drowning in the water. Eric expertly performs CPR, somehow bringing her back to consciousness and saving her life. Pixie has one other friend with her. Eric carries Pixie and brings all three girls inside the house. The girls explain that their boat had a terrible accident, but they miraculously managed to reach the shore. They introduce themselves as Noah, Pixie, and Opal. Hearing their names, it feels as if these three are characters pulled directly from an old fairy tale. Paul and Matt tell total fabricated stories to successfully hide their true identities. They claim they are just there to hold a crazy bachelor party. The girls immediately ask for a phone so they can call someone for emergency help. But Eric smoothly tells them he made a strict rule: no phones allowed at the party. Matt also carefully backs up the lie. As soon as morning breaks, we will drop you at the nearest village or a place where you can find a phone. Then, Paul shows Noah to the washroom and secretly snags the map tube. When no one is looking, he hides it under a bed. Then suddenly his eyes fall upon that familiar red bag. The exact same bag Eric had violently thrown into the sea, but it has now mysteriously returned to the house. Paul is absolutely horrified and quickly shoves it under the bed. A short while later, he pulls Matt into a separate room and tells him what he saw. Eric must have brought that bag back home, and everything inside is kept exactly as it was. Hearing this, Matt's face also flushes red with intense anger. Both men are now certain Eric is definitely concealing something. Eric then walks in and tries to calm both of them down, explaining, "We just need to keep our secret safe for this one night. As soon as it's morning, we will give the keys to our car to those girls. And then we will leave this place as well." After this tense exchange, they all begin playing a classic party game called Two Truths and a Lie. Gradually, some incredibly strange things about the mysterious girls start to surface. Noah casually claims that she is a princess. But no one has any idea if she is telling the actual truth or simply a lie. Pixie proudly calls herself a kung fu expert, and to demonstrate her powerful ability, she even takes a playful shot at Eric. Opal announces she is a mind reader. And while reading Eric's deepest thoughts, she chillingly asks him, "Why do you have a gun?" Suddenly, the power in the whole house completely goes out. Eric storms outside in a rage. Pixie follows him out and instantly begins seducing Eric. Eric gets carried away in his raw emotions and moves closer to her. Meanwhile, inside the house, Noah also charms Paul with her captivating smile and sweet, deceptive talks. Opal does the same with Matt. They all pair off and head to different rooms. But just as Pixie and Eric are about to get intimate, that same ominous, mysterious voice echoes loudly from the sea. Suddenly, Eric and his companions fall into the same strange trance again. A while later, when they all awaken and stagger out, fighting the trance, Matt and Opal are nowhere to be found. The horrifying scene, bloodstains and scattered body parts are scattered everywhere. Pixie screams at Eric, who is paralyzed with shock and terror, "Tell me, what have you done to my friend?" But Eric whispers, terrified, "I had seen bloodstains just like this near the sea this morning." He desperately tries to convince Pixie that they need to find Opal and Matt together, and he snatches the gun right out of Pixie's hand. But then, the voice returns again. Eric and Paul are again dragged to the beach in a trance. When they regain their senses, they see yet another pile of flesh. Paul correctly theorizes that all this carnage is being caused by that mysterious voice. So, he suggests they use earplugs. Somehow, the two men manage to make it back to the house. But Pixie spots them retrieving a map from under the bed. Eric and Pixie start a vicious argument. They both realize that they have both lied about a mountain of things to each other. Then, the horrifying voice comes again, and Eric again falls into a trance. In a flash of pure rage, Pixie plunges a knife deep into Eric's chest and flees the scene. When Eric comes to, Paul is tending to him. Paul soaks pieces of toilet paper in water and shoves them into both their ears like makeshift earplugs, hoping they can both escape the powerful lure of that voice. Then, Eric heads back to the sea to search for Matt. But he slips and falls, and his earplug is dislodged. It is instantly pulled into the sea by an invisible, unseen object. Meanwhile, Paul grabs the stolen painting. In a desperate, final attempt to survive, he ties himself securely to a pole using ropes. His goal is to stop himself from being dragged into the sea by that dangerous voice. But even this fails. The voice completely pulls him into a full trance, and it tries to drag him back toward the water again and again. But the ropes somehow manage to stop him from being completely pulled away. During this struggle, a shocking flashback is shown. It reveals that before Paul even came here, he had sent a letter to the police with Eric's photo, reporting him. Because he suspected Eric could betray them all. But Paul had no idea that a far greater, more ancient power than the mutual suspicion of the three men would be actively hunting his life here. In the morning, he finds himself walking free from the ropes, heading toward the water. It is as if someone is calling him. In the distance, he sees those same three girls, Pixie, Opal, and Noah, standing there. But they are not normal girls. As soon as Paul steps into the water, the three girls swim like graceful water fairies and drag him deep into the sea. And here's the final, shocking twist. In the end, we see Denise, alive, on the other side of the sea. He has somehow managed to survive this far. But he has a deep cut on his leg, as if he too was dragged toward the water. He stumbles home, shivering, and immediately starts searching for his three companions. There he sees the same stolen painting hanging on a wall. Suddenly, he too is seized by the mysterious power of the sea. And if you look closely at that painting, some sea fairies are seen luring a man into the water, leading him to his death. This painting, Hylas and the Nymphs, was made in 1896 by J.W. Waterhouse, inspired by ancient Greek mythology. This means the masterpiece Denise stole was not just a piece of art, it was a terrifying mirror of an ancient story, which had now become a fatal part of his own life. With that, the movie abruptly ends here. I truly hope you were absolutely captivated by this jaw-dropping, terrifying story. Click the button. If this movie breakdown hooked you, you must subscribe to the channel right now.